I've always thought there's something pretty special about the sunrise on the south coast. 150 years ago, the sun rose in a very different Illawarra landscape. The south coast was covered in lowland rainforest, huge eucalypts, great building timber for a young, fast-growing country. These days, up in the hills, we treasure those trees and preserve what's left of those great forests. Down on the coast, the change to the landscape continues. A holiday paradise, a district of rapid growth. Pine without treatment is only a very short-lived timber. With treatment it becomes equivalent to a durability class 1, which is the same durability as our best quality hardwoods. Proved effective over the years of use, treatment using CCA is now being restricted. And some people are insisting on a change in a world where expectations for user and environmental safety are higher than ever before. But the need for durability for all our wood products remains. A safer alternative with the same high performance. At Sawmill Trading Company we have the answer. I'm Tony Morris. Welcome to the world of Waxwood. The Sawmill Trading Company is a family business. This is my oldest son, Damien, opening up on a typical Monday morning. Always an early arrival is a load of fresh timber from our mill at Braidwood. That's run by my other son Joel and his wife Natalie. While the truck is unloaded, the rest of the yard is getting ready for the new day. You can see that we cater for a wide range of customers. And there's more product inside. Anything in the way of timber, we have it or we can get it. All that fresh incoming timber is ready to be taken to our treatment plant, just along the road, where we turn it into waxwood. This is a timber preservation plant, the same as most of the plants around the world. It operates on vacuum pressure to impregnate the timber with what we call waxwood, which is a timber treatment, no chrome, no arsenic, with a wax additive to waterproof the timber. It's unique to Australia.
Probably 90% of all the timber that we treat here is sold through our retail yard, which is about 100 metres down the road. Principally, it's probably a mix of about sort of 50 to 60% of building grade decking pergola type material, about 40% which is your traditional logs, sleeper type market, which is all your H4. A lot of this goes to mums and dads in backyards for retaining wall. A lot of it's councils, defence force work, especially now because of the non-arsenic treatment we do. We just do a lot of export treating for all your hardwood and pine, which goes to exports. A lot of countries now worried about international carrying of pests back and forward, so a lot of hardwood and things, pines treated for that. And of course we do a lot of H4 hardwood, which is all your boardwalks and all your council type works, bridges and all that sort of thing. We've been treating here at Sawmill Trading Company here for 15 years. All your timber comes into this cylinder here, comes in on a train. We then flood it, which is putting the chemical into the system, and we put it under pressure, which impregnates the timber via pressure at about 1400 kPa, which forces the tannelus into the timber, which the tannelus is a copper-based treatment. We no longer treat with the arsenic and chrome, which is your traditional CCA product. During this pressure process, the wax is also added, which is a waterproofing agent we add into the timber. This whole process takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours. and it's pulled out along a train. We remove it. It sits up here on the drip pad. It takes about 3 to 4 days to dry off, and the benefits of your wax are seen then.
Waxwood.
Then you put water on it, it's like liquid mercury on a surface. The water just beads straight off. The benefits of that is you haven't got water going in and out all the time, which means your weathering process is greatly decreased. Because it's a full cell cycle, it actually goes in where the chemical goes, where the wax goes. It's not just a spray-on application or brush-on that burns off in about a year to 18 months like traditional brush-on applications. It's actually in the timber. So where you've got penetration of your sapwood, you can actually cut the end off a piece of timber and the water will still bead off the end of that piece of timber. If you've got a waterproof timber, initially you don't have the problems of weathering, so you don't have crews of guys running around coating products every year to 18 months, which is quite a big problem and quite a concern. Like if somebody puts in a boardwalk or something, it starts to crack and go grey in the first 6 to 12 months. Yeah, it doesn't look very good for the public. Splintering, all that sort of stuff starts to become a bit of an issue, which is where timber's always had a bit of trouble up against steel and plastic.
Waxwood. Taronga Park Zoo needed a solution for hardwood decay. The koalas needed a new home. Waxwood was the answer. Not affected by water, strong and durable. We're all aware of the damage caused by bushfires in Australia. In our national parks, a burnt CCA-treated boardwalk means a residue of toxic ash. Increasingly, the environmental footprint left by products is becoming more and more important to specifiers both at government level and with the general builder. We've found that the non-toxic nature of the Waxwood product gives it the advantage of being much easier to deal with in terms of cleaning up and disposal at the completion of work, compared with the regulations for the disposal of CCA. Waxwood. It's a family-run business and it's dedicated to conservation. We conserve family values, we conserve a family business, we treat timber, and we do our best to make sure that we're environmentally safe and environmentally sustainable.
With all the issues that have come up with CCA and arsenic treatment and all those sort of traditional means, like nothing's been proven, but I think we start to look at what we're doing and which direction we're headed, and I think Waxwood and tantalum from coppers was definitely a way for us to start to look towards the future and take on alternatives and move on.
Waxwood is the future. As people become more and more aware of the impact they have on the environment, we have to be more and more careful of what we actually place in the environment. If we use Waxwood, we're not concerned about leaching, we're not concerned about arsenic, we're not concerned about chrome, because we don't use any of those products. The products we're using are environmentally sustainable. Welcome to the world of Waxwood.